Hi, Susie from Pink Diamond Guide. How are you today? I had a question from one of the other key concept videos that I created regarding what the ideal of crystallization is in an ascension process. So we worked through the idea that you learn and grow and you complete your lessons and you arrive at a certain level of understanding, but that's not the end of the process. But then there was the ideals of fermenting and distilling and crystallizing the energy to actually help that ascension or raising up the condition of your spiritual being. So what we're talking about here, if I can give you an analogy, it's like if you're learning to play the piano and say the bit that you know is the chorus. So you practice and practice and practice and practice the chorus, and you can play that off by heart, and you know it, and you settle on your laurels and you go, oh, I can play that chorus. I can play it anytime, anywhere. I'm so good at playing the chorus. And you settle there and you go, that's it. And you don't practice it anymore. You don't learn, you don't push yourself to learn the verses. You don't push yourself to learn the complete song. You just go, damn, it's good that I can play the chorus of that song. And it took you a lot of practice to be able to play that the chorus as good as you can do. But Spirit says if that's where you want to rest, then you don't get, like, that won't necessarily be an energy that crystallizes. So what we're talking about is, when we're talking about crystallization, it's the idea, we're talking about an energetic principle, like everything is energy. So we're going that you could practice the chorus over and over again, and for it to become automatic for you to play, it means those molecules have organized themselves in such a fashion that that energy becomes you. You can play it and you don't have to think about it. So it's like, have you ever watched a musician who you just go, that person's just playing from their soul? It's not their brain is not engaging. The music has just become them. They've practiced it and practiced it and practiced it, and the energy of how to play music has crystallized. The energy that forms within that human being is such that they can draw on that energy at any given moment and play music. They don't just play the chorus of a song, they play music. So how this idea of ascension and crystallization works is, if all you want to do is learn the chorus of a song and then not even practice that chorus, if you just want to go, well, I know that, done, dusted. The energy never gets a chance to move into the space where you get better at that energy, or where you learn to play music, not just the sequence of the chorus. So essentially the ideal is when it crystallizes, it forms and becomes you. It's not just an idea that you're going to have to use your mind to consistently draw. You don't have to worry about the foundations of where that information comes from. It is you. It has crystallized. It has formed. It has moved from a concept or a learning or something that was an idea into something that is you. It has changed. It has rearranged and created an order of the subatomic energies to say that now is you. Have you ever watched, like I'm talking about somebody like a Billy Joel, and you watch him sit at the piano and play, and you don't feel the cogs, the mechanisms having to think and go, well, what was the next note? He plays music. He plays music from his soul because it has crystallized. The way the energy has formed within him has become him. So, there is a biochemistry that takes place in our bodies. The more that we're exposed to a thought, idea, situation, ideal, the more our body will actually shift our biochemistry for it to become part of who we are. We have receptors, and they're hungry little buggers, and they're crying out all the time for food. And our brain is releasing chemicals all the time to feed these receptors. And so these receptors will change. Cells grow and regenerate. We know this. This is science. Science teaches us this. And when those cells and receptors die, or when they split and divide to create more, essentially they're replicating themselves. So if you've got a cell that's more hardwired to enjoy music, and that cell is splitting, dividing, and multiplying because the information you're feeding it externally is continuing to feed that cell, that energy will start to crystallize. It will become more and more of you. You'll have more and more cells that are receptive to enjoying music, or to playing music, or to music becoming you. So essentially, it is in your cells and in your biochemistry to have these shifts. Your cells are always changing, and it's what we're exposing it to, with what we think about, with what we listen to, with what external programming is coming at us at any given time. And the ideal here is going, what do you want your cells to be receptive to? Because you have the power to change them. So if we're talking about a concept like ascension and wanting to become more spiritually aware, the ideal would be to expose yourself to more practices that allow you to have the biochemistry of your body shift and change and grow. And you go through this process. You may have learnt the chorus of the song. So let's put that into twin flame doctrine. And as much as you know about twin flames, is that they are one soul split into two bodies. And once you meet your twin flame, you'll come into contact, you'll have this bubble love phase, you'll come apart, you'll come back together, you'll live happily ever after. That's the chorus, right? And if that's the only thing you ever fixate on, and you never push yourself to learn and grow, then that's the only part of the tune you'll be able to play. That will be what becomes you, and you'll never evolve and grow into understanding what the purpose of the mission is, what it is that twin flames do on their soul ascension journey. It is exposing yourself to deeper levels of the process so you can become the music, not just the chorus of the song. And I hope that that's an analogy that makes sense. So exposing yourself to deeper levels of the discussion. So finding out the purpose of the mission, finding out what it is, the soul journey, understanding that we're all just energy. All and everything around us is just energy. And what you choose to expose yourself will influence that energy, and your biochemistry will change and adjust and grow until it becomes you. And that is where it crystallizes, when the molecules, particles, all of those sciencey things do their thing. I'm not a scientist. This is not my science. But what we're doing is we're taking spiritual concepts and science concepts, and we're working them together. We're looking at the energy of the mystics, and we're pulling it all together to go, how does this all come together to make sense? And what it is it's going, the more that you expose yourself to learning, the more that you open your thinking to new ways and new levels of understanding, and the more work you can't just coast. You can't just learn the chorus about twin flames and go, well, that's it. I know that's all there is to know, and I'm not going to learn and grow beyond that point, because your ascension journey will not crystallize. The molecules won't change what they need to do in order to bring you to the full music of being a twin flame. So don't get stuck on the chorus, because if you do, you're going to have to go back, and learn that you're going to have to learn the full song at some point if you want to crystallize the energy of being a twin flame on this journey. So crystallization as a science principle is the reordering of molecules and particles into an order that then becomes a truth or a solid or something that becomes you. So that comes with filtering, distilling, learning your lessons, continuing to practice, not settling at the chorus of the song, but learning the full scale of what it is to play music. I hope that is, I know it's a big concept, and I've tried to wrap it into a short video, but we'll continue to dive deeper into ascension processes so that we all work and learn together. So none of us get stuck on the chorus, and we're all getting to have that full enjoyment of what it is to, have the full song of being a twin flame. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Please do drop me questions. Anything that I'm, if I'm presenting an ideal that doesn't have full clarity, let me know, and I'll try and explain it as best I can with real world analogies to bring information forward to continue to push this twin flame mission out into humanity for all of us to enjoy. Okay, that's it from me for now. In faith, hope, and love. Bye for now.